Now here on Skycast over the past few days, we have been talking about a decent amount of strong tornadoes touching down on the ground. And late April into early May has been a very significant time for us to see that. On the screen is a tornado that we seen yesterday, just to the southeast of Robert Lee, Texas. A very strong tornado, one of the best tornado signatures we have seen on radar in an extremely long time compared to the other tornado that we seen just the other day. And we are going to continue to monitor a decent amount of severe potential anywhere from Texas, Oklahoma, all the way up into portions of the Ohio Valley. Let's get into it. And hello everybody, my name is Bradley. Welcome back to Skycast. And as I was talking about just a second ago, we have had a ton of strong tornadoes touch down. And since the start of May, we have had a ton of reports. We have had mainly a very significant event up here towards like portions of Kansas into Colorado and Nebraska. This, of course, has been able to spawn up a couple of tornadoes, but mainly has been more of a landspout slash wind event. You can see possible landspout tornado coming up on these videos, as well as all these wind reports in excess of 50, 60, 70 miles an hour through that. And this was for most part on the 3rd, which was yesterday, a big significant wind event. It does look like we have had other areas of severe weather though, just besides up there through portions of Oklahoma, Joplin even seeing a tornado and there being some damage over on the northwest side of Joplin. And then back here towards the panhandles, we have a pretty significant event as well where we're seeing a lot of these strong tornadoes touched down, one being over here towards Abilene, the other one being over here just north of San Angelo. And this is since the start of May, so this has not been back-to-back tornadoes, but these have been back-to-back on days. As well as that, though, multiple other tornado reported up here towards like Plainly, Lubbock, and then south of Pampa. But the San Angelo tornado in its own self was reportedly a very large tornado, wedge tornado on the ground. Abilene reported injuries. This is where Freddie McKinney actually helped that family. Right in this area, there was a family that he was able to help with them. As well as that, towards Fort Stockton, we had another landspout report tornado. And then over here towards eastern Texas / Louisiana, one little tornado report, but a very significant flooding event going on like this, and it's continue as more storms begin moving through this area and just continue to shift off east. But as we're watching this, we have multiple rounds of severe weather expected to come through today, and we have multiple days that is gonna have severe weather all through anywhere from portions of the Ohio Valley all the way down into Texas, Oklahoma, into Kansas. Let's go ahead and cover that. Now for today, the National Weather Service has highlighted an enhanced risk of severe weather through portions of extreme southeastern New Mexico into portions of western Texas. A slight risk stretching into that New Mexico area, marginal risk stretching all the way up into portions of Illinois. And this is expected to be more of a tornado-driven threat, as well hail possible driven threat as well. We'll get that in a moment. But we do have that 10% significant tornado with a threat with a possibility of a 2F2, EF2 to an EF5 tornado within 25 miles of a point here. If we cover wind is not expected to be as much of an event, but we still have possible to see 50, 60, 70 knots wind gusts. And then hail. 30% significant hail with the possibility to see 2, maybe 3, even 4-inch hail in diameter. Scattered severe thunderstorms are expected across parts of the southern high plains into the hill country of central Texas this afternoon and evening. Several storms may produce very large hail, and a couple of strong tornadoes are possible. See how those two are being highlighted for those main threats. And if you want to read these hypnosis, you can pause to do so here. It's slightly long. And then we get into tomorrow on Sunday, where we have somewhat of a more calmer event from portions of eastern Texas all the way up into Tennessee, Arkansas. We're seeing that marginal risk, as well as another one over here towards Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Ohio. Tornado threat is expected to be the greatest towards central eastern Oklahoma, western Louisiana. We are not expected to see a big tornado threat with this at all from what we're seeing right now. That can always change. 5% wind through the marginals, 5% hail on the south marginal. Like I said, not expected to be too wild of an event. Isolated strong to severe thunderstorms may occur Sunday across parts of the southern plains and into the Arklatex region, lower Mississippi Valley, and then separately over portions of Ohio and into western Pennsylvania. And you can pause to read these hypnosis here if you like. And then we start getting into Monday, where Monday is going to be a big concern. Enhanced risk stretching through portions of Nebraska down to Texas, Oklahoma area as well. Slight risk stretching eastern into portions of Missouri, Iowa. Marginal risk stretching further. And then a huge general thunderstorm risk, including much of the Mississippi and Ohio valleys all the way up into some of the New England states. Probabilistic of this being a severe event is a 30% significance. So once again, more of a higher level scale event. Numerous severe thunderstorms will likely develop and move eastward Monday afternoon and evening across parts of the southern central plains. Strong tornadoes being highlighted there. Very large to giant hail being something I don't think we've seen being highlighted from the SPC in a while. And damaging winds all appear possible. You can pause to read to this hypnosis right here if you would like to, but something I do want to highlight out of it is towards the bottom area. Very large hail and strong tornadoes will be the main threats of any supercell that can develop into the region Monday afternoon and evening. Model trends will also be monitored for a more favorable corridor of strong tornadoes, giant hail, which may necessitate greater severe probabilities for Monday in a later outlook. And if you don't know what that means, basically they're saying that this could likely be updated depending on what the models show. We could see a moderate risk pop up here, and I would not be surprised if there is, just for the way that they're wording this: very large giant hail, damaging winds, and strong tornadoes, all with this threat. And then we start getting into the day 4 outlook. Day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8. Day 4, day 5 are the only ones that we have on here, so let's go ahead and cover those. We do have this 15% stretching through portions of Kentucky, mainly the Ohio Valley, all the way down into Texas. I am in this threat, so I will continue to monitor. And then we go into day 5, where I'm smack dab in the threat again, anywhere from Texas up into the Ohio Valley, central Kentucky, southern Ohio. All those areas looking at a severe potential. If you would like to read these hypnosis, day 4 is through here, and then day 5 is for this area. Something else that I would like to highlight, as we've seen on day 4, depending on the influence of prior convection, the very favorable parameter space forecast for wind day across parts of the southern plains and into the mid-Mississippi and Ohio Valley may necessitate greater probabilities in a later outlook. So we could possibly see this threat right here get updated to a 30% somewhere, confidence, as we're seeing on that 4 to 8 legend. So all in all, we do have a very significant weather event on the way. You need to make sure you have a way to receive alerts if you're in anywhere of the watch warning zones. And as we're looking at the map to kind of tell where the severe weather is expected to happen, we do have some convection up here towards the north side, but storms are expected to start firing off into the afternoon and evening hours down here in Texas. This will probably become somewhat more of a flooding concern as this moves into eastern Texas, and eventually that'll just move off to the east coast and move into portions of the Ohio Valley to see some of that rainstorms. Another area of storms forming up towards the north side here, and this will just continue to move off to the east-northeast, and that will help to bring that severe threat to portions of the Ohio Valley. Another area backed by that into the Ohio Valley again on the 9th. And then once again, another area on the 10th. So the Ohio Valley, Mississippi Valley could be looking at multiple rounds of severe weather. And then it does look relatively calm for the most part, where we're seeing a lot of these tornado threats here. So a little bit of a calming period where we've had multiple back-to-back tornadoes, which is a good thing. Now, as of now, it is remaining fairly calm for this area. We do have a couple of convection areas that is not really supposed to do much for the most part. But we're going to be looking in this area generally for that severe weather threat to start spawning up. And that will likely be about 3 or 4. You can see 2 o'clock right here, one little storm forming north of San Angelo. And then 3 o'clock you have these line of storms that is just starting to form. And this is going to explode over the next maybe hour or two. You can see 4 o'clock, and then 5 o'clock you can see them start popping up pretty wildly. 6 and 7. Keep in mind this is Eastern Standard Time. And this is going to help with, you can see even the HRRR predicting a lot of these to have strong torrential rain, even possibly hail cores with those. And this is going to bring, not only for one of these to remain discrete to bring a tornado threat, but this is also going to have a damaging wind, large tornado threat with that as well. Eventually this will become more organized by 9, 10 o'clock in the afternoon. And this is going to start moving through some more populated areas. So San Angelo, Abilene, Brownwood, all those areas are going to get hit in the next overnight hours. And then things start look like they start quieting down just slightly for the north side of this storm, right up here towards like the Brownwood area, the Dallas area. But we do have 2 areas for more severe potential possible. One up here towards North Texas, and then another one with like a bow echo type storm over here towards Austin, north of San Antonio. So we will continue to monitor as this develops. We do also have a possibility with this to see scattered showers in Oklahoma, as well as portions of western Arkansas. So we will continue to monitor this for severe potential. If I need to go live, I likely will. So likely, all in all, there's going to be a non-stop tornado event. Likely another tornado outbreak if there is. Would not be surprised. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to Skycast. Stay safe. Make sure you have a way to receive alerts. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.